Your relationship with Puffy, because I know you and Joel had a relationship with him. How did that come about, yo?
Well, actually, I met Puff years ago at I think it was house party, either one or two after party. Well, I was familiar with Puff from, him being from the East Coast and seeing him with Father MC and different stuff that he had did with Mary J. Blige, and with Heavy D and the Boys and different things like that. So at that party was when Jodeci had just came out, and we were there, and I met, of course, ended up meeting Jodeci and met like KC, met JoJo, met Dalvin, and met Devontae. And on the way walking out, Devontae was like, yeah, you need to call me. And Puff snatched my hand from him and said, "Nah, don't call him. Call me. I'm his daddy." And I taught him everything or something. He said, and I taught. What did he say? How did he put it? I'm trying to say it exactly the way he put it. He said something. I'm his daddy or something. And I taught him everything or some shit like that. So he was like, "So take my number." So then I was like, "Oh, that's that Puff Daddy dude, the one that has been, working on the music." So I ended up talking to him on the phone, and then we had just chit chat and kind of got cool, and I would see him when he would come into town, and was cool with him. And around the time when we had we were doing the Jack the Rapper, and me and Kevin Black and the guy that worked with him and a couple of my friends, we had got sent out to Florida, Orlando before the rest of Death Row came down, just to kind of promote the stuff that we had going on that was going to happen down there. So I ended up meeting this guy from New York that was cool with Puff also. So, it was like, I knew him and knew Puff and, just was cool with Puff. Every time I seen him, he was in LA. We come down to New York. Matter of fact, that weekend when we were down there, we had Death Row billboards, and we were like doing Death Row thing. Puff came over there, grabbed our billboards, and walked through Orlando and was promoting us. So there was always a love there. You know what I'm saying? He looked out for us. He had Bad Boy and the thing. It was like Bad Boy was holding down the East Coast doing their thing. Death Row was doing their thing out here. When Puff had his 6-man party in New York for what was that? Anthony Mason. He had what is it when you playing basketball and you the 6th man or something like that? Puff had gave.
Yeah, six man of the year.
Yes, exactly. So he gave Anthony Mason the party in New York, and me and Suge flew down. We flew down to Puff party, went and hung out with Puff and did everything. I mean, like I said, everything was all good. It was just I don't even know where to start to say where shit happened at. You know what I mean? It was just like one of those things where everybody just got lost because everybody was literally cool with one another. Everybody was literally good with one another. Literally. I mean, I don't understand. Nobody did shit for everything to go so fucked up. I don't understand.
Right. So I want to fast forward to the Vibe party the night Biggie got killed. You and Joel, y'all went to that party. How did that come about? Y'all going to that party?
Well, for one, shit, it wasn't nothing in LA that went down that I wasn't invited to. You know what I mean? Not like that, but like that. You know what I mean? Shit. Who was gonna have something and I wasn't coming? Or I couldn't come. You know what I mean? And just like Reggie said, at that time, we wasn't even cool with Suge. We didn't even fuck with no Suge like that. Like he said, Suge wasn't even fucking with me and Jewel, period. And I really wasn't talking to him anyway. You know what I'm saying? At that time, because, like I said, it was just that I was just still dealing with being hurt about Pac. So, of everything that happened to him and, just and what he could have been and the stuff that he could have done. So I really wasn't touching any of that. Like I said, the whole reason why we even end up at that party was we went with our boy that played for the San Diego Chargers, and we had went to the awards earlier that day, and this was the after party basically. So we that's how we all went. Like I said, and it was different people there. And like I said, when I seen Big, me and Big always shit when I was in New York and we did the Murder Was the Case thing when we went around the show and we was kind of promoting the Murder Was the Case movie thing that we did. We did it in New York. I always hook Big up with weed. Whenever Big wanted weed, he always called me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody already knew to call me because I knew all the niggas with the good ass weed. And you was gonna get hooked up on some fluffy duffy. And that's what niggas wanted they wanted that fluff. They wanted that Cali shit. They wanted to feel like I'm getting California weed when I come to town. You know what I'm saying? So I always hooked a lot of people up with it. So, it wasn't no different. So when I seen Big shit, automatically let's smoke. But shit, I was with the football players. I don't even remember seeing nobody from Death Row in the house that night. No securities, nobody that I knew that I was familiar with, period, in there. So you know what I mean? And shit, Jewel, she said she got in her car and left, which Jewel would do. Mostly any event that we went to, Jewel was the type that drove her own car. Jewel wouldn't want to ride with nobody. She always drove her own shit because Jewel liked to leave. When Jewel liked to go, she likes to go. She don't like no extra riders. She didn't want to, that firm one there was like that. Some of us was more so the people that shit. We was gonna party till the DJ left. You know what I mean? When the DJ was packing up, we was packing up with the DJ like shit. We going to Larry Parker's. You know what I'm saying? Because the party didn't stop. We going to Larry Parker's. We going to the beach. What we doing? So, like I said, that thing was just one of those things with just seeing Big and shit. We hadn't even, by the time, when I heard the shots ring out, we barely even made it out of the party. When I heard shots ring out. And then everybody started running. And that's when they was like, they shooting. Somebody shot at Big car. And then all I know is the car just took off, because they ran, they was taking him to the hospital. But somebody was saying they didn't know if he got shot, if it was the security, if it was the this. Nobody didn't know for sure what had happened. So, like I said, we went on over to a party that they was having up in Hollywood Hills, and I think it was Mary J. Blige. It was some New York DJ that was there, and it was at a house in Hollywood Hills, and the DJ came. It's such a trip because I found out about Pac at a club, and I found out a bit about Big, like at a club party setting, and the DJ said on the mic that Big had passed. So, it was just one of those things of that nature. Like I said, I had never heard that until you had said that from the platform. But nah, when you know people, you just know them. I'm not somebody just because I'm cool with you and you get mad at somebody. I'm not gonna get, because I met them from you, I'm not gonna get mad at them with you. You know what I mean? If you're my friend only to be angry with you, then you probably shouldn't choose me to be your friend because that's not who I am. Most people that know me call me the peacemaker because I'm going to make sure we make some kind of peace up in there. You know what I mean? So that shit there, is out of my range. So it's over my head. No, sir.
Right, and if I'm not mistaken, they was playing 2Pac music at that vibe party, right? And Biggie, he was jamming to it. That's what Joelle said. She said Biggie was jamming the Tupac music at that party.
Yeah, the DJ played everything, you know. That night, like I'm saying, they was playing a lot of pop music. They played Going Back to Cali, everything. I remember sitting like down the way and you know, because back then, you know, it wasn't really cool to smoke in a party, so everybody was kind of smoking low. You know, you wouldn't like how you can do now and just smoke freelance. You had to like kind of duck down and do your smoking type shit back then. So I was leaning down smoking, and Big was smoking like across the way, and I remember seeing him, and it was like he was just rapping all Pac's music, and he was rapping it as truly, you could see he was somebody that loved dude too. Somebody that was truly a fan of his, and that was his people too. Like, he had the look and the thing of he didn't wish death on that man either, you know, that this wasn't where it was supposed to go, not even knowing that that night was his last night, you know what I'm saying?